This is our first episode of our second season.
Season 2! When your body cannot hold this anymore, then the fungus start coming, the overcome of candida, then you have a lot of yeast, then you have a lot of parasites, and then the diseases start coming. And it's like, oh, for me, the psoriasis is normal, the eczema is normal, or having a lot of allergies is normal. If you want to heal, you can truly start watching all of our podcasts, or you can dig into it and understand like everything that is going to come inside your body is going to create a reaction. When you start understanding that everything that you eat is going to feed something good or bad in your gut, then you understand that the real war is inside of you.
Your body's regenerating all the time, but it's not regenerating in 3 days. Everything is taking a different amount. Our digestive system regenerates in 21 days, but our bones take up to 7 years to regenerate. Sometime between 21 days and 7 years is how long it's going to take to heal, depending on how deep
is a wound or is the disease.
Something that me and Rosario connect on a lot is that we really feel very passionate about people finding true healing. Not just this superficial like, oh, I felt better for the week because I was eating healthy for 1 week. Of course you're going to feel better. But it's not
because your body is resting. It's nothing else. It's like your body is resting from all the bad thing that you put into the system.
It's like, we've been observing a lot with our clients. If you don't stay committed, yes, you might feel better in the moment. Yes, you might learn a lot of information. Yes, it's a positive thing. You're not going to solve the root cause of your symptoms.
Mm-mm. The thing that we do is take out everything that is inflammatory. And then we see your blood, and then we see in your blood, we know that maybe we need to give you more of these juices or more of this herb. If you have a lot of eczema or a lot of acne, we know could be heavy metals. Even seeing your eyes, we can understand what is happening inside your body. It's important that you know that you build this problem for a long time. Everything used to be made from your grandmother or your mother, even with real food and real ingredients.
I think the lie that we're being sold is convenience. So we're told you can take a pill, it's going to solve your sickness. You can have a microwave dinner that you just throw into the microwave. In 2 minutes, you have a hot meal and it's healthy and delicious for your family. And we're sold this lie that quicker is better. But the reality is there's no shortcut to health and vitality. They have this, it runs in my family story, but the reality is that the genes are expressed through our activity, how we move our body, through our thoughts, and through what we eat. So these are the 3 ways that we communicate to our physical body. And so we have this opportunity by monitoring these 3 things to change everything, to change generational patterns, to change generational wounding. We're all way down. So if we can solve this problem, this is the root. We can solve all the other problems. Welcome to the We Are Healing in Paradise podcast, where we are cultivating the new earth by reconnecting with our true nature and healing the planet from inside each of us. Welcome back to We Are Healing in Paradise. My name is Kate.
My name is Rosario.
And this is our first episode of our second season. We're so excited to be back with you. And we really appreciate those of you who have subscribed, those of you that are watching. If you've stumbled across this podcast, it's for a reason. We have some very powerful information to share with you right now. And we know your time is valuable. So we want to just thank you for tuning in with us, taking time out of your busy day to connect with us, to connect with our community, and to grow with us, because we believe that together, when we connect with nature, and we learn how to heal naturally with food, herbs, and juices, we can transform our lives and we can actually transform human consciousness.
So thank you so much for watching it. I hope you stay tuned all this time with us. And we want to talk about where we are super intentional doing detox programs or healing journeys.
Yeah, and we want to talk about how you really heal. How to truly heal.
And it's only about understanding how your body works. And we talk about this in another podcast, but I'm going to mention it really fast. So in our body, we're 52% more of bacteria and fungus and things that live inside of us. And the other percent, the 48%, is mostly cells that are fighting to get you alive, right? Because every day we're living and dying at the same time. We have a lot of like ecosystems inside of us. And when you start understanding that everything that you eat is going to feed something good or bad in your gut, then you understand that the real war is inside of you. And when you understand that, you can start healing. Because I met this time lately, like a lot of my generation has a lot of autoimmune disorders, and we related because of the food. In the 80s and 90s, they do these massive campaigns to have you everything in cans, everything like, the soda, or
with a lot of sugar. They started adding a lot of, like, food became more of a product. So it's like they wanted it to stay on the shelves forever. So they started using a lot more preservatives.
like mold, citric acid, sorry. Well, you have a lot of things that are really bad for the system. So imagine you're a child and then you're growing and your body is like, every time like you eat something, it destroys. But when your body cannot hold this anymore, then the fungus start coming, like the overcome of candida. Then you have a lot of yeast. Then you have a lot of like parasites, and then the diseases start coming. And it's like, oh, for me, the psoriasis is normal, the eczema is normal, or having a lot of allergies is normal. Or even start not seeing kids, like they don't see anymore.
And they have to get glasses and they're like 3.
Yeah, they're 3 years, imagine. So sometimes it's really easy for us to blame like the outside. And we can say it in a way because it was a trend. But now that we have a lot of social media, we have a lot of like internet or access, we can, if you want to heal, like you can truly start watching all of our podcasts, or you can dig into it and understand like everything that is going to come inside your body is going to create like a reaction. And since there, if you are like eating like fruits and vegetables and meats, organic, grass-fed, so things like are going to be good for your body in a specific way, then you're going to start healing, and then you're going to start detoxing all the things that are not supposed to be inside of your gut.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like popular, I don't know, there's a lot of people out there. Let's sit back for this conversation. There's a lot of like information out there, like do a 3-day detox, do like this cleanse, order these supplements online, and then you can do this cleanse. You're going to have a total reset. But the reality is, like Rosario was saying, like, yeah, your body's regenerating all the time, but it's not regenerating in 3 days. Everything is taking a different amount. Our digestive system regenerates in 21 days, but our bones take up to 7 years to regenerate. Sometime between 21 days and 7 years is how long it's going to take to heal, depending on how deep
is the wound or is the disease.
Yeah, exactly. And something that me and Rosario connect on a lot is that we really feel very passionate about people finding true healing. Not just this superficial, like, oh, I felt better for the week because I was eating healthy for 1 week. Of course you're going to feel better, but it's not
because your body is resting. It's nothing else. It's like your body is resting from all the bad thing that you put into the system. So imagine you have like a week without processed food. Your body is going to be grateful. Your liver is going to be grateful. You're going to feel awesome. But the thing that happened lately, because a lot of people want everything like fast, is like, oh, if I do this in 10 days and I take this tea and I'm going to be like, I'm going to shrink and the water is going to go away, because sometimes people have a lot of retention. So they think they lose a little bit, but they become again, it's the water, but they come again into their habits. And then instead of be like without the water, they gain again the water and they gain more weight. And other thing that happen, if they try to detox or they try detox a little bit, but they didn't open the pathways, the parasite is going to be there and they're going to become more resilient. So this is one of the things that we're observing. People that are doing like mini detox and they don't do it like a committed full 21 days.
Or they do the 21 days, but they're not committed to like actually sticking with the full diet. They're kind of like cheating. It's like, we've been observing a lot with our clients. Like, if you don't stay committed, like yes, you might feel better in the moment. Yes, you might learn a lot of information. Yes, it's a positive thing, but you're not going to find you're not going to solve the root cause of your symptoms.
No, because it's not about like how you are, like the 21 days, as I say. It's just like this is a thing that is going to help you understand how your body is working through, and then see, because it's the thing that we do is take out everything that is inflammatory, and then we see your blood, and then we see in your blood, we know that maybe we need to give you more of these juices or more of this herb, or depending how your symptoms, like if you cannot sleep, or if you have like a little bit of pain, or depend how you're going to the bathroom. So knowing like this information, we can understand what is going on. Like if you have an overload of parasites on the small intestine, in the colon, you have like bacteria, like this reflux could be Helicobacter pylori. We have if you have like a lot of like eczema or a lot of like acne, we know like could be heavy metals. So even seeing your eyes, we can understand what is happening inside your body. But it's important that you know that you build this problem for a long time, because if you're like 30 years and you're part like of my generation, and then you eat a lot of everything from these fast food stores. So imagine like the foods are really poisonous lately in the past decades, because everything used to be made from your grandmother or your mother, even like with real food and real ingredients. And then it's like the industry choose to, oh, you need to, if you are a woman and you need to go to work, you can use this can that is prepared food, and then you can give it to your kids. It's going to be super good. Or these cereals, like, oh, if you eat this cereal, you're going to have energy in the morning. Yeah, because the cereals give you energy because they're sugar, but at the end you're feeding the in the wrong way your body, because it's like a fake nutrition.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, we have this diet, and I feel like you're lucky, but also in your generation, this is start. Like
Yes. Even
all
in
the bad food.
Even in the 1950s, I think the lie that we're being sold is convenience. We're being sold the lie of convenience. So we're told, like, you can take a pill, it's going to solve your sickness. You can have a microwave dinner that you just throw into the microwave. In 2 minutes, you have a hot meal, and it's healthy and delicious for your family. And we're sold this lie that, like, quicker is better. But the reality is there's no shortcut to health and vitality. I think this is why me and Rosario started to move away from even calling a week-long detox. We don't even call it a detox. We just call it like clean diet, or we call it anti-inflammatory diet. And we'll work with people if they want to clean their diet or do anti-inflammatory diet. It's fine, but it's not a detox.
You need to have determination, because the sad thing is, like, a lot of people are lazy and they want everything fast or easy, and it's like, oh, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to take this pill. There is a famous thing that you talk to me about these days, that a lot of people take it for diabetes, but they shrink.
Oh, Ozempic. You take a shot. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, well, it's terrible.
Like, this is a terrible lie that they're telling people, like, oh, this is going to help you lose weight. You're going to feel amazing. Now we're seeing the side effects and the long-term effects of Ozempic, because this is a hardcore medication for somebody that has serious diabetes. And it's
imagine, it's suppressing your appetite in a way, and it's making you feel like the body needs to nurture from something, so it start nurturing from itself. Exactly. But if you leave this medication, then it's like, in a way, it's going to come back, right? Or something is going to do.
Back. If you don't change your habits, the weight is going to come back. If you stop taking the shot, the weight comes back.
Yeah, because you're not changing your habits. You're not changing the way you're eating. And this is the most important. There's a lot of people, they have a surgery on their, add something into their stomach. I don't know the name in English, but in Spanish is banda gástrica.
Lap band. Yeah.
Okay, what that?
Same thing.
And then there's like, oh, it's because they suppress a little bit the food, or it's hurtful. But at the end, doesn't work if you don't want to change your habits, because is the food. If you're eating food with preservatives, you're going to preserve the food in your system, because also you're putting like heavy metals and like nurturing the candida, and then you're not doing anything to take it out. So it's just like build mucus by mucus.
Yeah, you're literally fermenting and preserving old unprocessed food inside of your gut. Yeah, this is the reality of the processed food industry. And me and Rosario feel so passionate about it. And I think it's like our wound. They say your strength is your weakness, or they're kind of mirroring each other. Me and Rosario, like, we have this hero complex. We want to save the humanity. We want to save the people. But in this way, we're like desperate to solve the people's problems, to really put like as much attention as we can into each individual to help them change their patterns, change their habits, and change their genetics. Because there's three ways that we can change the way that our genes are expressed. You know, we have this, it runs in my family story, but the reality is that the genes are expressed through our activity, how we move our body, whether we're active or work out or whatever we do with our physical movement, through our thoughts, and through what we eat. So these are the three ways that we communicate to our physical body that certain genes should be produced, that certain environments in our gut should be thriving. So the pH balance of our digestive system, for example, is affected also by these three things. And so we have this opportunity by monitoring these three things to change everything, to change generational patterns, to change generational wounding. And me and Rosario, in a way, we're like a little bit obsessed, like almost to a fault, with like helping people discover this and solve it.
Yeah, for me it's hard because like I saw a lot of doctors and I understand they don't relate the food with the disease. Some doctors, yes, because they repeat what they've been told to say, like, oh, you should not eat flour, no, harinas, pastas, or processed sugar, and that's it. But they don't dig more into like, oh, if you mix this with this, it's going to be good for you, or you just need to avoid completely the lactose because it's going to create more mucus. Like this kind of knowledge, they don't have it. So, and a lot of naturopath doctors, they're like reaching through that because they know everything is like, it's a base. Like we are ecosystem through ecosystem. Like we have a universe inside of us. We have a lot of like living beings, organisms
Yeah.
living inside of us are part of us, and we need it to survive, but we need to have it in moderation. That's the reality. And some others that we don't need to have it, they're trying to destroy your life and trying to kill you. But it's intense to say it that way, right?
But this is like how we find the root cause of what is hurting us, is by seeing the symptoms. And when we're working with somebody, we're really investigating. We're really putting all of our energy and attention in to see like what's going on with this person deep inside. How can we solve this problem? Because we believe like it might take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to even start the detox process. And then you need to, once you start the detox process, once you open detox pathways, then you need to release everything that is no longer serving you, that undigested food, those parasites that are living in that undigested food, in that acidic environment that you've created with your emotions, with eating processed food. We all have it. It's all happening because of our culture, because of what we've been fed. Even if our parents fed us super healthy, we were fed a lot of like preservatives and sugars and dyes and all these toxic things. So we all have this environment in our stomach, which is meant to be like processing and digesting and be the source of our vitality. We're all way down. So like if we can solve this problem, this is the root. We can solve all the other problems, all the other symptoms.
It's because it's your fuel you're putting into your system. So it's going to feed the bad guys or the good guys. The ones that are going to save your ass or the ones that are going to try to destroy you and like you don't feel good. So what are you choosing every day putting in your mouth? What are you choosing every day to put it in your system, in your skin? So everything matters. Everything that you choose is important because it's part of who you are right now. And like everything that you eat is going to talk about you, and everything that you do is going to talk about you because you are inside of this machine, inside of something that is going to be with you forever. So it's important that you take care of it.
And make it a priority. Make falling in love with yourself, self-study, the practice of understanding what works for you. Fall in love with it, like really falling in love with it, because it's the source of where we get our food. Does it come from a regenerative farm? Is it organically grown? Is the animal that you're eating, were they tortured their whole life? Were they fed a bunch of food they're not even supposed to eat, been giving a bunch of pharmaceutical drugs? really think about what you're putting in your mouth. Where does it come from? This is part of like what we believe about reconnecting to nature, and what we feel passionate about educating our clients. Like a lot of the people we work with, we spend a lot of hours educating them about where to buy their food from, because not everything is made equally.
No.
You know, so it's really being aware of that, and then taking the time to make those changes for you, for your body, for your own practice. You know, this is how we heal. It's not from a pill. It's not from a 3-day detox packet that you buy online. No. It's from you studying and understanding. And this is why me and Rosario work individually with our clients. If we do a detox, if we go deep with someone, get the blood work, we work with a very powerful herbalist, and we really explore what's going to work for that individual person, not just, oh, we heard that these herbs help with this, so let's like throw them at people and hope for the best. Like, that is not the way we work.
No.
No,
but well, thank you so much for watching until the end in this podcast. We're going to share more topics that if you are interested that we can talk about, just comment below.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you want to hear from us in season 2. And we have a lot of
season 2.
There's a lot of ways you can join our community. We're building a community here in Playa del Carmen. We have a new website. We'll link it below in the description box. You can find out about classes that we're teaching, online offerings that we have. We also have a GoFundMe because we're trying to grow our infrastructure and hire more people to support our big vision. If you want to donate $1, $5, 100 pesos, whatever you can afford, it's going to help us. It's going to support us in creating better podcasts, getting more free information out to you, and also creating more products and resources for people to learn how to source their food in a way that's really going to help them truly heal, not just a quick fix. So check out the description box below. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Please share this video with your friends so that together we can heal the collective consciousness of humanity. We love you, and we're excited to see you in the next podcast.
See you.